If you have an e-commerce store, I'm assuming every time you have a new stock, you or a member of your team are spending hours creating the perfect product description for your website, creating the perfect social media captions and images to introduce the product. I'm going to show you how you can completely automate that process using AI. So if that sounds interesting, stick around. The example I'm using today is a completely hypothetical e-commerce store that sells health and wellness products. Your Airtable base would have the following columns. The important ones are, of course, you need to have the product name. You need to have key features. I've just, for illustration purposes, just added a few key features, 3 key features for each item. You'll notice here, just 2 or 3 key features. Of course, you could have a lot more. And then what I have here is images. These are all product images. If you are running a drop shipping e-commerce business, and this could potentially come from the supplier, if you stock your own products, then this is possibly going to happen after you do your product shoot. However, if you don't have product images, what you could do is use a tool, an AI tool called Photo Room, which is absolutely fantastic. What you need to have is an image with a plain background. You can remove the background and then you can use any of these other images to create really nice product images as well. So I'm going to leave you with that. Try and test around with Photo Room if you like. But let's now jump back to our Airtable base. So you have the product names, product features, images, and this column is for triggering the workflow in make.com. So when you click on Let's Go, it then creates product descriptions, creates caption for Instagram, and it also then generates the image that can go on your Instagram feed based on your Instagram template. Sounds good? These are the empty columns. The product description is where you would see your final output, which is what we are using Make for. Instagram caption is what we are using Make for. Instagram image you will generate using Banner. And this column is of course optional. This is if you need the images and product description to be approved by anybody else. Let's now quickly jump into make.com and I'll show you what this scenario looks like. We have a webhook that gets triggered every time somebody clicks on this button. Airtable then gets the record. HTTP module is used to get the image file. And then you have the OpenAI module to create the product description. This is the OpenAI module to create Instagram caption. This Airtable module is to update Airtable record. So product description will be updated here. Instagram caption will be updated here. And then you have Banner module. This is to create the image. I have a little sleep module here as well. I'm giving a 10-second delay between creating the image and getting the image from Banner because Banner typically takes a little bit of time to create the image. This is why I have a sleep module in between. And then this Airtable module is used to then update this image link in Instagram images. This is the image that Banner creates. And while we're at it, let me just show you the Banner template as well that we're using for this example. This is the Instagram template I'm using. You could have a completely, of course, your template would look very different. It'll have your own brand colors. Wait, let me also show you the prompt. I would use GPT-4. I'm not sure why this is GPT 3.5. I may have used GPT 3.5 to test, but I would definitely recommend using GPT-4. This is my prompt. I've asked it to create fun and engaging copy because I feel like every single product description can be fun and engaging, and why not? So I have asked it to create fun and engaging, witty copy. Don't use words like unleash and revolutionize, which GPT-4 tends to do. So I always make it a point to include that in my prompt, and I've given it a structure and a format to follow. In my product description, I want there to be one line description, no bullet points, and then bullet points with features. That's the structure I would like to use for my website. You, of course, could have a completely different structure. You could just have one paragraph of product description, and that's totally fine. So you can, of course, change this prompt. And Instagram caption is also very simple and basic prompt. This has to be GPT-4. Create short and snappy Instagram caption, no more than 50 words. Don't use words like unleash and revolutionize. Use plain English. It should not include quotation marks. So that's my Instagram caption. Okay, and I think I think we can run one test to show you how it runs, and let's use keto energy bars. Okay, so we have the product name, we have product key features, we have the images, and we want these three columns to be populated. We want make to create product description, Instagram caption, and banner bear will create in Instagram image. So let's run this once. Let's go here. Let's click go, accept it. Okay. Well, that was very quick. I thought GPT-4 would take a little bit of time, but it hasn't. It generally tends to take a little bit of time. And while Banner Bear is creating the image, it's worth mentioning that GPT-4 does use up more tokens. So just be mindful of that. Right, the scenario is complete. We have the product description, Instagram caption, and image. Let's have a look at this. Looking to snack guilt-free and keep your energy levels up? Say goodbye to carb overload with our keto-friendly keto energy bars, and we have 3 bullet points. No need to worry about crashing and burning. I like the little, some elements of wittiness that you see in the copy. I quite like that. So it's clearly taken my prompt properly, following my instructions well. That's your Instagram caption, sweatpants, because comfort should never be a compromise. Go ahead, embrace the cozy. Not bad. If you don't like this, all you have to do is run the scenario again. It'll give you a few more options. So this doesn't have to be your final copy. You can always work on it. And the other good thing is you can just come here, make edits to it, do whatever you want to. That's your image. This was the keto bar image, and that's your template, keto energy bar. So that's how you can automate the whole process. And you just have to set this up once and just imagine the number of hours you're saving. Next step, once this is done, maybe in your company you need it to be approved by somebody. Maybe you have a CMO or the founder that needs to have a look at it. I'm hoping the founder doesn't want to have a look at every single product image, but you never know. So once this is complete, you could have a notification go to your manager's email or your Slack message, go to them, informing them that this is ready for approval. They could come here, click on this, and then you would be notified that they have approved it. So that's how this scenario works. What we can do now is we can build this from scratch. You're happy to follow along with me. So let's jump straight into it. All right, so I've created a brand new make scenario, and all I have done is I've created a webhook because I don't want to waste time doing that. And let's first test if the webhook works. Let's delete all this because it's a completely new text. Let's click here. Let's run this module, use existing data. Okay, so the webhook is getting triggered, so that's good. Next up, we need get a record, and it's the health and wellness CSV file, table, import table, record ID. Okay. I like to keep running the tests, running the module, just to make sure that, things are working fine, instead of trying to troubleshoot at the end. I just find this so much easier. Okay, so that's the name, images. So we've got this. This is working. Airtable get the record works. Next, what do we want to do next? Next, we want to, so if you have a look at this image, you'll see that this is the URL for the image. Airtable has, this is the image column, and it has, what it gives you is a URL. What we want is we want to get the file so that we can then send that to Banner Bear. So that's where we will use the HTTP module. There you go, get a file. And that's the URL, image URL. And you say, okay. All right, let's run this bad boy. The URL, no, that's not it. Image URL. Let's try this. As long as you are getting this data that looks like this, you know it's working fine. So next is the OpenAI module. Should rename this to product description. And let's have a look. Create a chat completion, GPT-4 message. So I'll have a system prompt and a user prompt. System prompt is right here. Saved it right here. And then we need to have a user prompt. All right, that looks good. What else do we need? 300 max tokens should be fine. Okay. So that's the product description. Let's do Instagram caption. It's always a good idea to rename your modules. I made a mistake here. So that's the system prompt. User prompt is not this. That's the prompt for Instagram. User prompt is, so I'm using the product name and product description as the user prompt for product description. Product name, sorry, not product description. Product name and key features is the user prompt for creating product description. Instagram caption, use same model GPT-4. System prompt is this. And then we have the user prompt, which in our case, I believe I'm using the product name. And okay, I have to run this scenario once. I just want this module to run because I'm using the output of this module as the prompt for Instagram caption. So if I just run this module once, product name and key features, let's just enter. Take this product name, key features. Okay. Let's wait for this module to get to complete. Okay, so if you notice here, we now have a product description. This is amazing, really good product description. So I want to use this as the prompt for my model. Let's do this again. Model GPT-4. System prompt is this. And then we have the user prompt, which I have seen that you get a good output when I give the product name and when I include the output of product description that we've just got in the previous module, which is this. And that's that. Let's have a look at this just to make sure that it's saved properly. Yep, looks like it has. GPT-4. All right, that's done. Now, Airtable module, update a record, because now we want these two, because we want product description and Instagram caption to be updated in our Airtable base. So that's what we're doing now. Choose the record. And what do we want updated? We want product description, which is choices message, content. That's the product description. And Instagram caption is choices, message, and content. All right. So I think we should test and see if all of this works. Run this once. Let's go. Okay. Product description done. Instagram caption done. Airtable base is updated. Let's have a look. There you go. You have your product description, which is very good. That's the Instagram caption, which is also very good. And we have a hashtag. So it's worked so far. So far, so good. So next we need to add banner bear. We need to create an image, banner bear. Template UID, mine is this. Modifications, items. So now if you hop over to banner bear, you'll see these are the three layers we have. There's the background layer, which is a template. There's the image, and there's the product title. So what we will do is the name. First name is product title. We'll come here. Name is product title, and the text that we want to replace it with is product name in our case. Just delete that. Okay, and then we have, and this time it's the image container, and the image for us is, where is the image? Image URL. Image URL is going to be image URL. And then you click OK. Make sure that we don't need to add anything else. Looks okay to me. And then what we'll do is we'll add a banner bear module for getting the image. And then what we need is the image UID, which is this. And you say okay. And in between these two, what I will do is add a 10-second sleep module, a 10-second delay. Right here. Let's make this a 10. Let's do 10 second. Okay. Because as I said, banner bear generally takes a little bit of time to create the image. So it creates the image, there's a 10-second delay, and then we get the image. And then last step for us is update the Airtable record ID. And this time what we want to update is Instagram image with image URL JPEG. All right, let's test this and see how it works. Let's try and test it with another product. Let's do the diffuser, aromatherapy diffuser. Let's run this and see if it works. So we have the product description, Instagram caption is done, Airtable is updated, banner bear image is created. You'll see there's a little 10-second delay, and then you should be able to see that we've got the image and Airtable base is updated. Let's go hop over to our Airtable base. Let's give it a couple of seconds because sometimes there's a bit of a time delay. There you go. All right, so we have product description. This is for, just to show you guys, this is the aromatherapy diffuser. That's the product description. Meet Zen Breeze, your home's new best friend. No babysitting needed. It bows out gracefully with its auto shut off feature when water level runs low. Not bad. Very nice. Instagram caption looks good too. And there you go. This is your Instagram image. So there you have it. This is how easy it is to create your product descriptions, to create social media captions, to create images. You could actually take this a step further and connect it to Buffer so you can schedule these posts across your social media platforms. So yeah, there's lots you can do with it. You can make this scenario as complex as you'd like it to be. If you found this interesting, let me know in the comments below. Otherwise, I'll see you next time.